Hello, my people. Again, my name is Jim Ratto Jr. Um, I want you to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you like the podcast that I'm doing. I just want to add my voice to the many voices in our country. Let me tell you something. We all are stakeholders in that country. We all are stakeholders in Liberia. There are so many Liberians that want to go back home, but because of insecurity, because of injustices, because of majesty, and those guys in the House of Representatives, the senators, in fact, the entire government, making us to be afraid not to go back home. And I will say this, sometimes I regret the minute and the second to count myself as Liberian. I'm sorry to say, but that's just a fact. Because there are some things that those guys in that country are doing and make us to be embarrassed as Liberian. Yes, in my last podcast, I said it and I will say it again. During the 60s, the 70s, and even the late 80s, Liberia was like a safe haven. Liberia was like a paradise that people want to go to seek greener pasture. Guineans were opening shops and stores in our country. Nigerians were going in our country. Ivorian, Ghanaians, Sierra Leonean. Liberia was number one. And when they talk about hospital, doctors, people used to come from other country to seek medical checkup in that country. Liberia was number one. But now, after the war that devastated our country, simply because of power, because of greed, nonsense war, power, everything went down the drain. Where are we heading to? We thought that we, the indigenous Liberians, if the power is given to us, we can do our best to put things in place. But no, that is the opposite. Because the country boys, I'm sorry to say, I'm a countryman myself, but I think I want to be realistic. I want to be candid. And I want to speak truth to power. We are behaving like hooligans. We are behaving like subservient. And we are behaving like animals, I can say. Back in the day, in the House of Representatives, right? When the guy in section, there are laws and order, civilization, system have been put in place. But where we say, okay, the Congo boys then, they are slave masters, so, though actually killed Tobo, I don't care what nobody say, Tobo was one of the best ever in that country. When you cut down the tree, you can't know the importance of the shade until you cut down the tree. That's when you can know the importance. Tobo was the man that was actually doing the job. I can tell you, speedy. He was the men that were doing the job. When it comes to the law and order, Turbo was number one. Yes, there were capital punishment. What a nonsense where when somebody steal, then you see mad justice. I was looking at a video today. I was angry in my spirit. A young man stole people's bike, and the other guy with the yellow shirt took a big rock and mocking the guy with it, and they mocking over and over, and people are looking at the man, and they kill that man. Who does that? It's like a gangster paradise. Majesty, injustice. People can kill you in that country and walk away. Where are the police? Where are the soldiers? Stealing a bike. A bike. You are taking a human life over a bike. Why? Where is the law in that country? And they murder that young man in cold blood today. And we set it down. We said, okay. And that's why I keep saying the Congo boys, they did the best they could to put our country on track. Look, there were electricity. There were regular electricity, not the fluctuation going on here where you have Painsville on, then Mama Point off. When you get Mama Point off, then Camp Johnson Road off. It's fluctuating because what I seen all down that they built, they even gave 500 million as an MCC, Millennium Challenge Corporation from the American government for that wicked old lady called Manosei for her to build a brand new dam. She used that money, stole some of it, and renovate that old dam. Now the electricity is not stable. Where are we heading? Everybody is actually working for their pocket. They don't get time for those that elected them. No, it's all about power. It's all about greed. It's all about themselves. Me, myself, and I. Really? We, the podcaster, we took the bullet. We took the bullet. If I say bullet, we were the few among those that rejected, that were critical of Joy Weir, because we thought he was living a lavish lifestyle and not actually delivering the goods to the Liberian people. And we thought he was a presidential material who were actually, he said, you play football, you want to get, he made a lot of money, millions of dollars. Why did he do it? He blew them up because you were living lavish lifestyle, throwing party all over. Right? Now, this is my point. And when he got broke, he served in the house as senator. Then later he began ambassador. All those areas that money making, the point I'm making here is, who does it when you was elected? In 3 months' time, you break property and build new one. What were you waiting for? That was corruption. And that's why we thought we're kicking out, using our podcasts and politics to kick him out. But it's like putting an old one in the same old freaking battle. Putting an old one in a new battle. It's the same old one, no different. I was told that Joe Boakai served for 40 years and he will be able to take that country and put it back on track. Because Charles Taylor, what he did when he came, he wanted power at all costs. All he did was to inject in the mind of the young people to make them out of killing machine instead of going to school. And it plays on them. Boys, soldier, women, boys. He was using them, drugging them because he wanted power so bad. Okay, they gave you the power. What did you do? He was still going after people and using that rebel mentality. And that's how the American came and said, hey, I know George Bush, thank you. May you live long. Mr. George Bush. Because if Bill Clinton had done it in 1989 by saying, we are sending U.S. Marine, all the rebels and terrorists that are going on over there, we don't want any life to be lost over there. But that time, that war was going to end. But Bill Clinton could look at Liberian profitable that a domestic affair. After you guys are the one that groomed us, you are treating us like a stepchild. We're supposed to be your daughter to nurture us and train us and show us the way. But we slaughter one another, and Bill Clinton get the guts. I don't like him at all. Bill Clinton get the guts to tell Liberians that their domestic affair, and we slaughter one another. And they sat down here, they did nothing until Ecomo came and tried. Think of a Nigerian. Because Guinea, they were not in favor of it. Not the Guinea, yeah, I think, Guinea, no, the Ivorian. Actually, the Francophone country were not in favor of it. But it was Nigeria that took the lead before they were able to join. If that were not for Ecomo, it was going to be a bloodbath. The Guinean, the Nigerian, the Sierra Leonean, the Gambian, Senegalese, they came and sacrificed and put their life on the line for us to be able to have the peace that we are enjoying today. And you're doing nonsense in our country. What are you doing? There are people that came in this country, they are old and they want to go back home to enjoy their retirement. But look at that thing I watched today. I was angry in my spirit. A young man stole a bike. And the people mocking him with rat and they kill him. I'm not talking about small, I'm talking about big boulder, big rat. Bust the man here with it 4 times, and people looking at him doing it, and the other making him pass over him with a keke. Majesty. Who does that? Animal behave the way they're behaving. Where the police at? Where the security at? That man that did that thing should be arrested and prosecuted and placed behind bars. If possible, execute him. That it will send a signal. Then you're over there, politician, you're playing games with the people's lives. Up to this time, that particular horse is still divided because Reggie Kun want power so bad. And I'll be candid. Maybe they are thinking that Funati Kofa will be a threat to them because he's too smart. I'm not a fan of Funati Kofa, but let's call spade a spade. Yes, let us call spade a spade. Maybe the VP is being threatened that when Funati Kofa be the Speaker of the House, he'll be so powerful. You know, when 2029 comes, he will not have the chance because the education, politics. Is dead. Politics in Africa is dangerous. Politics in Africa is evil completely. Oh yeah, maybe because Funati Kofa has the intelligence, the education, and maybe because Funati Kofa served in this country here and got his paperwork, and he got the experience, and maybe he got too popular, so they are pushing button. So he cannot stay in that position because he might be a threat as the presidential, candidate, potential presidential candidate, come 2029. That's all. That's all. There's nothing, because they are talking about conflict of interest. What the freak you talking about? Conflict of interest, lack of leadership ability, corruption. You guys are the most corrupt people, and you're behaving like animals in that country. I will deal with you every day until you can put yourself in order. Yes. That particular game you guys are playing, there are bigger hands in it. Yes, because they feel that Funati Kofa is a threat. Come 2029. That's all about it. If you look at it, there are bigger hands in it. People say that all the VP here, maybe if I probably Bwaka will say, I'm just being candid. I'm from Nima, I'm a crime man. I'm not afraid of calling my trial. But I'm just being candid. Because I'm just tired and sick of the people playing games with our people in our country. That's my thing. Right? So Funati Kofa is a threat. Come 2029, the VP, maybe he thinking that okay, Omen Joe Bwaka will not be there for the second term. So with Funati Kofa, with that lawyer degree he got, serving, in the United States and all that time, and with the experience he got, if he get popular, I would not have a chance. The same thing with Opon. Opon, you want to come back to? I don't think. So all they got are playing politics. And they are taking politics over the country. And one guy said, Mr. Rato, I can enjoy your podcast, but you know why they could go back and take the control here. Let's sell Liberia to America. Let America come and put it. I said the American put it, not correct. But I think you might be right. If the country boys cannot actually put that country back on track to put things in place in the infrastructure development, we're talking about roads. Where Manjwa will bring better ball. The city there is taken back to Kakata and Totota, Nima County, Babi District, Rangida, and go back the same day. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about hospitals. When we get a hospital with state-of-the-art equipment in, that when somebody get any sickness, they can treat them instead of fly them. Because not everybody have the affordability to fly out of the country. No. Not everybody have the affordability when there is an emergency to fly them out of the country. There's no dialysis machine. If you get kidney problem, my cousin, 4 years ago, he died. I think 4 or 5 years ago, he died because there's no dialysis machine. They took him to Ghana, and the Ghanaian put more money, and he died. They kind of fly the body back. What kind of country is that? A country that is rich with mineral and resources. And we have a few group of people who are enriching themselves and playing games. Nonsense. Really? Look, and I would suggest, let the constitution be amended. Let it be an addendum. 2-party system. Congo People Party, Native People Party. I'm just saying. I'm just being candid. Let there be a referendum. Let there be an addendum. Let there be, adjustment in the constitution, amendment, where there will be 2 parties. The country boys on one party, the Congo boys, they will name themselves, like what we had Democrat here and we got Republican here. So right now the country people, then they'll be taking over, then maybe they can give it to the Congo boys, and then they will show you how this thing can work. No, I'm mad, to be very frank, man. Bunny capital building like animals. Bunny capital building like those guys like they're subservient, hooligans, country boys. Who does that? Nonsense. We're talking about infrastructure. Build a road, the hospital, the clinic. Those smart boys then that are technocrats, we can bring them here, educate them, and then they will go back home and give to the people that which we have given them the education. Take the people out of the street. Build a vocational school. Make sure all the border points, Guinea, Ivory Sierra Leone, seal it with committed securities personnel that will be committed to seal the border and stop even the airport, the seaport, But people that are committed, that will not be corrupt, because when those drugs are coming, they give them money, and those drugs is an easy asset. And that's why we have proliferation of ghettos. Proliferation of ghettos. And Liberia is being used as a transit point for drugs or a cartel. Then it will be like a distribution point. Because why? Our security are underpaid. The education system. I called my son. He said, Dad, I said, yeah. I got 2 more years to graduate. I'm doing engineer, in the place. But as smart as I am, he's a brilliant boy. As smart as I am, with all the gift that I got, but still they want us to give them money. I'm not going to give anybody money. I'm smart. I'm a 4.5, my grade point average, he said. But the people I feel sorry for, he said, Dad, I said, yeah. The girl that can't afford, those teachers are demanding to sleep with them. And they can't sleep with them, they want money. The education system is poor in our country because why? Of agile poverty, and the teachers and the teachers are underpaid. The security are underpaid. The doctors are underpaid. And that's why they are stealing drugs and selling it out there. Opening their own drugstores. The country is a complete mess. I can say this. But Uncle Joe Bwaka, I want to talk to you. This is where I said your leadership will be tested. It will be tested because everything that is done in our country, corruption, killing, drugs, and you name it, they will say Joe Bwaka government. Even though you don't know about it, but you got to put your feet down. Yeah, you got to put your feet down. When it calls you to be like a person that would be a benevolent dictator, so should it be. Because it's a complete nonsense. Set as a precedent. Let it be a benchmark. Anybody corrupt the system, arrest them, investigate them. If they are found guilty, charge them and put them behind bars. Confiscate their property. If possible, send them to Bella Yala. Then it will send a signal to those that are corrupting the system. Look at Samuel Tweden. The money to stole. And the investigation is still going on. Right? So that would be like, okay, they did it, they got away with it. We can do the same thing. The country boys over there, because of power, they divide the horse into 2. Kung got her own group, so-called majority blacks. And Funati got her own group, the minority black. And still, the president said now over there, the budget have been passed. Who approve of it? Nonsense. And that's the reason why some of us are speaking the way we're speaking, and we'll continue to speak. Yes. And I don't care what nobody said. Tobo was murdered in cold blood for no reason because of power. And today we are regretting it. Yes. I can tell you this. Look at Rwanda. They got diamond. Rwanda is the cleanest city. They got laws and order. When you get down to the airport, they will tell you no smoking, no raping, no corruption, no stealing. If you do that, it's death penalty. They will tell you at the airport. And they are cracking down on their own citizens. It's the cleanest city ever in Africa. Because why? The president put the feet down. And the rest of the people in the executive, they are following. Joe Bwaka, what are you doing? People say you served 40 years in office and you got experience. And we put that joy we are up because of you. And that's what we're getting from you. Security #1. Hospital. Clinics. Roads. You know, when Tottenham was a dictator, I don't blame him because that's the only way African people will actually, come to their senses. Yes, if you come out to challenge him, you send the burial. So during the Tottenham administration, everybody was afraid. And he was holding the country with iron hand until Tubba came and said, you know what? You guys been suppressed for a long time. All these country boys that I want to make sure I send you away to get education and come to help me. When the country boy came by, they want to actually go against him. And at the end of the day, he was murdered in cold blood. And Tubba was one of the causes of that country to be developed to where it is right now. Yes. Your country boys are saying now what they're arguing in the house. Who to become speaker? That's why I say back in the day, when the Congo boys were Congo boys, man, when Labro back those days, man, when people are reading everything, when they're having their section, I mean, come on, bro. We're talking about civilization. We're talking about the country boys fighting among themselves. We got people that come around and cursing people, man curse. Come on, bro. Who does that? It's a rebel mentality. If you ever tell the Congo boys to stay among you and watch so they can see how they can actually put things in place. Nonsense. Yeah, we are hoping that we want to go back home because we're tired. In the country, we feel entrenched. You go to where you come from, where? You go to where you come from, where? One paycheck to another. And you try to send money back home to build project. And you are having the hope that one day I'm going to go back home. But with the guys over there, are not putting the country in on track and breaking in system to make a law and order. Really? Oh my God. Give me a sec. My daughter is calling me. Hey, Jimmy, I'm doing podcast. What's going on? Okay, just ring it. Okay, I'm right here. I'm in the living room. Thank you. Sorry, guys. Oh, my daughter. She went on a road trip. Right? I'm just saying. The Congo boys, when Togo were in power, there was system. Look, they will have, I was watching the documentary, and we have Air Liberia Airway. I'm like, whoa. Wow. That was in the 60s, in the 70s, even though time. You want to tell me we can get that president getting instead of advocating for us to get an airplane that will carry our name. Instead, it's only me, myself, and I. When we were there, he was renting a jet. So we spoke about it. Now, Omen Joe Baka having an old jet now too. So come on now. Really? So where are we heading to? Not even a safe drinking water. But I'm not trying to be too critical here, but I'm just trying to be realistic. Right? I'm trying to be realistic because George Weah stayed in power for 6 years, and we waited for at least 3 years. He did nothing before we started to be criticizing. So we're waiting. Omen Joe Baka administration is still fresh and new. Maybe he tried to give them some text or trying to give them a break, but I don't see what he's doing here in terms of fighting corruption and infrastructure development. So maybe we'll wait. Yes, we might wait. Really? This is complete nonsense. I can tell you that. So now, the Supreme Court, when we say balance of power, you got the power to interpret the law. And you get the power to actually, come up with a verdict. Guys, in the house, Funadi Kofa, I'm not a big fan of him. It's you guys, the Supreme Court, when you made your rule and the law, by saying no. Guys, the Constitution says you have to have 49. and you got less than that. So as such, every activity should be seized pending investigation or pending to get those signatures. But then you let the justice minister rule over you. Come on now. Balance of power. Judicial. Executive. Right? And the legislature. Legislative branch. All of that got power. But you, when it comes to the law, you put your gavel down and say, until you get 49, nobody, no activities, because you are playing game with our country. But you let the justice minister, who's supposed to be underneath your jurisdiction as a Supreme Court, the higher decision-making body in our country, like the higher when it comes to law, and you let the justice minister to come and play on you. And the executive sitting now over there, none of them opening their mouth. That's why they're accusing the VP, they're accusing Woman Joe Baka, they're accusing Joy Buya, because they're afraid that maybe, just maybe, if Funati Kofa remained as the speaker, with the popularity and with the intelligence, with all of the education and the experience he got from America, he would be like a political heavyweight. So, but hey, that would not make you burn the capital building. That had nothing to do with the capital building. Go ahead and get your 49 signatures. You don't have to do what he did to the capital building. It's a poor building that hosting you guys. Do you know how much money they spent for that building? And you guys just set it ablaze? There is animalistic behavior. Complete nonsense. But Liberia will rise again. It will take a leader that will be very honest, that will be, aggressive. Yes. A leader that's like Tobo. Look, do you know why I like Tobo? Because Tobo, when it comes to rules of law, he was one of those. When it comes to education, he was on it. When it comes to development, he was on it. Do you know? Oh my God. Hold on 1 minute, my daughter is sorry, guys. I'll be back. All right, hold on. Oh, Lord. Okay, come on now. Sorry, guys. My beautiful daughter just came from New York, and I tried to open the door for her. So that's why. But yeah. So do you know, when it comes to the rules of law, Tobo, oh my God, he was the best. Do you know that Tobo, his own nephew? I'm going to end with this. Tobo's own nephew killed his wife brutally. He was arrested. He was jailed. And he was placed behind bars. Right? The key's right there. He was arrested. He was jailed and placed behind bars. And he was guilty. He was found guilty. Right? And Tobo, when time for them to have a capital punishment, Tobo signed his own nephew death warrant. You see that? If I can do this to my own nephew, I can do it to anybody. He said that. He signed the death warrant. And the day or the night before the execution by hanging, he went there to have a wake for him. Why he was so, but uncle, you want to do this to me? You have the power to reverse it. Said no. The law is the law. That's the kind of person that we want. That's the kind of person that we want. Don't get mob justice. People are doing armed robbery in our country. People are raping in our country. People are doing drugs in our country. And the security is sitting down. And the government are doing nothing about it. Then you expect people to go back home? Nonsense. I will speak and I will suck it to you until you can come to your senses in our country. The international community are watching every day with equal eyes to see if we can actually stand the affairs of our own country. Nonsense. Yeah, there is a millennium corporation challenge, whatever it is, millennium MCC challenge, right? They're looking at us talking. These guys are doing good. I think when it comes to corruption, they have the score is up. So we're going to give them $500 million. Now, with that, they are looking at us with equal eyes. Then we are behaving an animal. With that big money they are giving us because they said Joe Baka government is incorruptible and he on the track when he winning the MCC challenge, millennium challenge. So now you're still doing that kind of thing. And the people giving you a big money, they're watching us. We need to put ourselves, and that money comes. Better do something with that money. That particular money the American people giving us. You're going to try to build a brand new dam. Yes. And put some in the hospital and pay the teachers and pay the security personnel so they can do their work. And make sure that you take the security in that country. If anybody breaks the law, they should face the full weight of the law. Nonsense. But again, after 11 o'clock, I got work tomorrow. And I will start it for tonight. I will continue maybe part 2 or part 3. Because this is part 2. I did the first part the last time. And a lot of people were able to gravitate. But I don't have time to be doing it all the time. I'll be doing it. But in the meantime, too, I want you that are watching me to subscribe, right? And then my cash app is Jim Rattle. $, Jim Rattle. If you want more of this podcast, you need to be supportive. Look, they will just sit down and watch. If you want more of this, then cash out me with $, James Rattle. Jim G. Rattle. It all, one sentence, not one sentence, one spelling. Yes. James G. Rattle, $, or my phone number. Or you can call me on WhatsApp or Messenger or whatever, so you can know if you want to remit any money. But again, I love you all. I'm sounding the way I'm sounding because we are stakeholders, and if the guys in our country are behaving the way they are behaving, it's kind of frustrating, and some of us get angry in our spirit. Because we got pride to back home and we want to go back home. We don't want to stay here. So the guys will get their education, go back home and play games and enrich themselves. Somebody can't even afford to buy a bicycle when they left from here. The next thing, when they stay in power, they get rich overnight. They get property, they get houses, they get fleets of cars. Where are they getting the money from? Is that salary? No, it's not a salary. They are galloping the country. And we need to speak on our podcast. Thank you. Follow, share, and comment. And call me and be supportive if you want more of the podcast. I'll be doing it. If you want me to do it 3 times a week, I will do, but I need your support. $, Jim G. Rattle. And then, you can be supportive. So that way I'll be able to get, my internet, my own website, so that I can go to the next level. I love you all. Thank you. Jim Rattle Jr.